Bigtractorpower.com is following the 2016 cotton harvest in the Boot Hill, Missouri, right here on the Arkansas-Missouri state line. Today we're looking at a John Deere 9986 cotton picker. This is a 6-row machine harvesting cotton on 38-inch rows. See the cotton picker unloading another load of cotton. This is called a bull buggy. It's kind of like a concept of a grain cart or a dump cart, depending on what crop you're harvesting. And this bull buggy will carry the cotton away and allow the picker to keep on rolling through the field. Here we can take a closer look at the cotton plant. These are the fluffy bolls of cotton. The spindles on the picker just pull it right off. It is a very soft fiber. Up here we can see what the cotton looks like before the fiber comes out. It's almost kind of like a chestnut. It's very hard. And you just pop it open, and there we can see the fiber inside. If you pull on the fiber, inside it feels like there are pits. And inside is the cotton seed. And this is what the cotton is taken to the gin to have this seed extracted and to have the material cleaned and be ready to become a t-shirt or another piece of clothing. As the picker comes along, it simply pulls the cotton out of the plant. Here we can see the difference between the crop and the harvested plant. This John Deere 9986 picker is able to harvest 6 rows of cotton. Cotton is planted at 38 inches in width here in the Boot Hill, Missouri. This allows for easier cultivation of the crop, watering of the crop, and the crop likes to have a lot of space between its plants to be able to breathe and avoid fungus and disease issues. Here we can see the picker coming along and pulling the cotton bolls inside the bin where it is collected, and then it'll be moved to a module builder where it'll be compressed and they'll be ready to take to the cotton gin for processing. The soil here in the Boot Hill, Missouri is very sandy, and it is ideal for growing cotton. Cotton needs a very particular type of soil to grow, and we can see here on the roadway through the field that it's almost like being at the beach. Cotton needs a lot of care and water to grow throughout the year. We can look down here at the soil and see that it is just almost pure sand. Here we can see the big John Deere 9986 cotton picker harvesting across 6 38-inch rows of cotton. This machine uses row guidance, and if we zoom in on row unit number 4, we can see the sensor that feels its way through the cotton row, and this keeps the machine on a perfect 6 rows as it works its way across the field. We'll climb up in the cab and get a cab view of this header. It's got 3,360 spindles inside, and we'll see those pulling the cotton in here as it turns around. bigtractorpower.com is up in the cab of a John Deere 9986 cotton picker. This is a 325 horsepower machine, and it's picking 6 rows of 38-inch cotton. This is a 2004 model. Back in 2004, this machine was $325,000 new. You can see the row units here that are picking the cotton. Each one of them has 560 spindles inside that pull the cotton off the plant, and then it is brought up through tubes on the side of the picker and blown into a bin in the back. There are a total of 3,360 spindles in this header, and each one of them has to be replaced every 2 years. It's a very tedious job. The farmer has to go through and touch each one, and they're extremely sharp. The spindles are produced in the country of Israel by John Deere. As we come up to the headland, we can see the cotton modules. There's a KBH bull buggy and a crust buster module builder that makes these big 15,000 pound bales of cotton that are hauled off to the gym. Here on the row, you can see this wishbone looking part. This is a row sensor that helps keep the harvester running on a straight path through the field. Sensor on row unit number 4 as it feels the row of cotton. Today we're out in a 120 acre field of cotton. It is producing about 1,000 to 1,050 pounds of cotton per acre. This harvester holds 3 to 3.5 bales of cotton that weigh about 1,500 pounds. Here see on the monitor the conveyor moving out to put all the cotton inside the bull buggy. We'll step outside and take a look at it. Buggy is kind of like a grain cart, or for grain and corn and wheat, or if you're running canning crops you might run a dump cart, or if you're on a dairy, a dump cart for silage. And that's exactly what the bull buggy does, is haul the cotton away to allow the picker to keep on moving. Here we can see the modules of cotton that have come out of the module builder. They're deposited here on the edge of the field, waiting to be picked up by the truck to head to the gin. Each one of these bales weighs 15,000 pounds, and they are full of all the cotton that has been picked out in the field. You can see it's very firm. It almost feels like a mattress on a bed. And you can see the cotton is pretty dirty when it comes out of the picker. It still has some of the leaves, and it's definitely full of all the seeds. And here's part of the bowl. So this cotton will be taken to the gin to be cleaned and processed The seeds are taken out and they are used for a variety of things, including animal feeds. A lot of dairy farms around the United States use cottonseed as a supplement for their feed. These KBH tarps help keep moisture off the bales. If it rains out here in the field, or when they're in storage outside of the gin waiting to be processed, they can stay dry. The Crustbuster module builder has 2 loads of cotton in it right now, and it will take a third to fill it. Once that is pressed, the Case IH 135 Maxim will pull up and the gates will open, and we'll see another module deposited here on the field, ready to head out for processing. We got to try out actually controlling the press. It's a very skilled process to move this along fast, push the cotton down in there to make a 15,000 pound bale. It takes 3 loads from the bull buggy to completely fill this module builder, and once the 3rd load is on and pressed down, it'll be ready to empty out. One lever moves it down and one lever pulls it up. In about 3 minutes time, we have a completely pressed bale. The module builder is almost ready to empty another bale on the ground. You can see it here pressing in the last load of cotton. Some of the cotton that blew off the bull buggy is being raked up, and it'll be collected in a trash can and then deposited back inside the press to make the final push to make the bale. And then a tarp will be placed on top of the bale, and it'll be ready to head in for processing. Now they'll pour in the cotton that had been left on the ground. And get ready to put the tarp on the top. We're dropping the tarp down on top, and then it will be stretched out across the bale like this one to keep the weather out of the cotton. pulling the tarp across the top. And that is how a bale of cotton is made out here in the fields of the Boot Hill, Missouri.